Namaste, greetings to all, and welcome to another episode of One Way of Thinking About It. One Way of Thinking About It is a Q&A platform where we take questions from individuals around the world, and we take about 10 or so minutes to deep dive into each question from our deepest understanding at this present moment. So with the foundation laid, let's get into it. So our question today comes in from India. India checking in, India in the building. Welcome, welcome. So our question reads, how to improve awareness in one's daily life? This is a great question. This is a powerful question. This question has had me reeling for a few days. To be honest. So let's start to break it down. So first, let's start with what is awareness. Okay. And I'm gonna take it way back. We're gonna start from the beginning. Of things. Awareness and consciousness are two words that are intertwined, are synonymous, or synonyms of each other. So people say consciousness means awareness, consciousness, and I'll be going back and forth with those two words also. So please know that consciousness and awareness mean the same thing, just different words. So when we take it back from the beginning, we speak of pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is existence, is what people speak of God, what in India people say Brahman. It is everything. Pure consciousness is everything. So with that said, what is the human being? The human being is made up of two things. It's made up of matter, and the matter parts are the body, the mind, and the intellect. And then we have the pure consciousness, a piece of pure consciousness people call the spirit, that intermeshes with the material equipments, the body, mind, and the intellect. And that pure consciousness comes together to bring life to the human being. And we know that something is lighting up the physical equipment of the human being because we have life and death. Because when life happens, you see what life is. The human being perceives and acts with the body. It has feelings and emotions with the mind, and it conceives and thinks with the intellect. So when the consciousness is no longer lighting up these physical equipments, the physical body, the mind, the intellect, when it's no longer lighting that up, this is how death occurs. When the spirit, the consciousness, the awareness has left the body. And then we see what happens at that mode. Now we just have matter, physical equipment there. So we know that something is lighting up the physical body, and we call this consciousness, awareness, spirit. So when this consciousness, this awareness meshes with the physical equipments, mind, body, intellect, it is still pure. You have the pure consciousness that comes in with the physical equipment. But as the awareness, the pure consciousness perceives and acts through the body, now it has been conditioned by the body. And as the pure consciousness, the pure awareness goes through the mind, the feelings and emotions of the mind, now it has been conditioned by the mind. So it's a conditioned awareness, it's a conditioned consciousness that activates through the body from perceiving and action, and through the mind with feelings and emotions, and through the intellect, it conceives. So when the pure consciousness goes through the intellect, now it conceives things and thinks and thoughts, has thoughts. So that all of those, the pure consciousness, when it goes through the body, the mind, or the intellect, it has become conditioned consciousness. It is no longer pure consciousness. So it has been conditioned by the body, by the mind, by the intellect. So this is awareness, consciousness. So how to improve awareness in one's daily life. So let's stay with the pure consciousness. Let's stay with becoming aware of this pure consciousness, this pure awareness. So it's been told by the rare great ones who have spoken about reaching this state of consciousness, the unconditioned consciousness, the pure consciousness, the rare ones, the Buddhas, the Shivas, the Krishnas, the Jesus, these rare great ones that we know of that have spoken. But there's so many other great ones, so many saints and sages that have reached this state of consciousness that we possibly don't know about, or I don't know their names at this time. So we know, because they have all spoke about this state of going back to our self, call it the self, the higher self, the unconditioned self, that pure consciousness. They speak of it as merging back with existence, back to what all is. This is when what we know of conditioned consciousness, conditioned awareness, when we separate back from that and fall back into that pure consciousness, Brahman, God, the ultimate reality, pure consciousness, pure awareness, going back into that state. Those rare ones speak about this is what all of life is about, is to get back to that place. Because in that place, we are whole, complete, lacking nothing. You are everything. And through our conditioned consciousness, through the body, the mind, the intellect, we feel like we are missing something, we're lacking in something. This is why we seek and go after all the different things that we go after in the world, because we feel like we are missing, we're unwhole. And the only true thing that will give us that wholeness, that connection again, is to come back to our true self, that pure consciousness, that pure awareness. So with the breakdown, I guess, of awareness to as far as we can kind of go at this time, how to improve awareness in one's daily life. That's a good one. That's a good one. Because we'll stay with pure awareness, pure consciousness right now. It's not something that you can perceive with the body. It's not something you can feel with the mind. And it's not something you can conceive with the intellect. The rare ones speak about this. It's something that you have to become. It's not even something you experience, because experience, that means you're separate from it again. It's something you become. Again, they speak about falling back into it, merging back. This is what religion means, to rejoin. Yoga means to unite. All of these all of these spiritual practices is for us to unite back with something, to rejoin, to merge back with it. So this is known that we, in this physical body, we have become separate from our true self, that true pure consciousness, that true pure awareness. So in that sense, in the ultimate sense, in the ultimate sense, there's no way that you can improve this awareness. You have to become this. You have to merge back with that. So the other part, how to improve awareness in one's daily life. Well, I think we're going to have to tune in for the next episode, because this is our time right now for this episode of One Way of Thinking About It. So this will be a 2-part. You have to tune in next week to get the follow-up to the other part of the awareness that we have through the body, through the mind, through the intellect. And through this awareness, now we can improve on this awareness. So stay tuned, tune in next week. We were just setting the foundation of what consciousness is, pure consciousness, awareness to pure awareness. We were just setting the foundation, laying the foundation. There was no way we can really dive into the other part without knowing the absolute first. So thank you for tuning in to this episode of One Way of Thinking About It. Much love, peace, health, happiness, blessings to all. If you have any clarifications, any comments, any extra questions, please leave them in the comment box below, and I will get back to you with those. Until next time, namaste.